Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and welcome to a deck building guide for Aurora from Monolith version 42.1. Aurora is a great hero to use right now. She is a melee crowd control hero which gives her fantastic abilities for supporting team fights and also dealing with threats that like to try and sneak up on you. Best abilities are particularly Hoarfrost and Cryoism. Hoarfrost roots enemies in places that touch her ice ring, and Cryoism freezes all enemies within an area and slows them down and stuns them. Both effects are very good and feared quite a lot by other enemies, and makes her just good as a team hero to have in combination with others. Other moves, Glacial Charge and Frozen Cyberchrome, are kind of escape abilities that allow her to be quite elusive, making her a very good hero to use as an assassin. Now, if we go into decks and talk about her options for her, one thing which we have to consider is Aurora doesn't have a lot of damage in terms of her abilities, therefore you really need to focus on your basic attack in order to be effective at all points of time in a fight. I've seen a lot of people like to use Knowledge Affinity and Death Affinity with her because of the Shadow Plane effects or the Teleport effects respectively, but those effects are too far in between for her to really have a good amount of DPS, so you really want to kind of focus on Chaos. Chaos increases your basic damage and therefore makes use of those agility attribute points which you'll be spending. Order is a good secondary affinity to have because wards are so powerful right now. We're going to talk about this deck in steps of early game hand, mid game hand and late game hand, and with some options along the way. And let's get into our early game hand. Early game hand, our first card which we're going to buy is Demolitionist. We're going to buy that agility point, get our healing potion online, and therefore get Demolitionist as well. And Demolitionist gives you the effect of Siege. Siege increases bonus damage to non-hero units and structures, making it easier to kind of get rid of enemy minions during the lane phase. That's very important for Aurora, especially if you're in the off lane, along with Living Guardian, which is at the first point you're into Vitality. And Living Guardian, when you hit an enemy minion, you gain basic armor for 10 seconds. If you can stack this up to 10 times, you get 20 basic armor, makes her a lot more durable in that offlane phase, and both of these two cards go quite nicely together. Then we have Lamplighter. Lamplighter gives you a ward, a very good card to have. You want to buy this anytime you can and have 300 gold spare, and therefore just make them as much use of this card as you can. Now, we're going to go into our mid-game hand here. When you have 3 agility points, you've got to buy Sand Speeder. This increases your attack speed, increases your movement speed. It's not really a great card, but it's something to use those agility points on, and gives you some attack speed, which is very important for a melee hero. Once we have 4 agility points and 2 vitality, we go for Overclock Droid. This gives you attack speed, power, and frenzy. Frenzy gives you a huge increase in attack speed for 6 seconds, and also some movement speed as well. This is a good card to use for clearing out waves and minions, but also for taking out towers. So it's a good card for when you're trying to push a lane. A better card for that though is Flag Bearer. Flag Bearer, 7 points, 29 attack speed, and has the effect of minions buff me. Anytime you're near an ally minion, you get 25 extra damage to your basic attack. Quite nice, very easy to use, and it also buffs your minions as well, meaning that your minions should be able to overpower your enemy minions quite easily if you're trying to push your lane. Moving on from Flag Bearer, we then have or alternative card is Pressure Hunter. If you're not focusing on pushing your lanes, but you're focusing more on team fights, get Pressure Hunter instead of Flag Bearer. Flag Bearer does more damage. It has more damage, more power, attack speed, but also does more damage to targets with more vitality than you. And a lot of heroes build vitality right now, so this actually works out quite well. So for those, there's 2 options. If you're doing team fights, go for Pressure Hunter. If you're pushing your lanes and solo win, Flag Bearer. Once you have 8 points though, you can then go into Heavy Hitter. Heavy Hitter increases your basic damage by 15% and also has 16 power and 16 attack speed. And then eventually you should be able to afford your final card, and that is Shatter Golem. Shatter Golem gives you 26 power, 18 attack speed, and gives you critical chance up to 20%. This is a really good card to have, and this is going to be your first late game hand. Once you've built Shatter Golem, you're then going to go back to the beginning, back to 1, and you're going to build these cards again and go through the whole process again until you get your next card, and your next card is going to be Sacred Alchemy. 8 agility, 4 vitality, and has the effect of 18 power, 20 attack speed, and 240 health, and shielded strikes, which gives you a shield equal to 20% of the basic damage you deal. When combined with your critical hit chance, this can be really nice and makes Aurora a bit more sustainable for team fights. And then again, once you've bought that card, you're going to go through the process again, go back down to 1, go buy your 3 card, your 4 card, your 7 card, and then you're going to buy, well, actually you only need 4, because then you're going to buy Malik's Tribute, which gives you overhealing shields, gain a shield for any healing above max health, 20% maximum. Again, with your lifesteal, this is going to be really nice because you gain an extra shield, and with Sacred Alchemy, both of them combined together makes Aurora just a little bit more durable, so she doesn't die so quickly. And so those are your cards. Let's talk about your gems. Gems aren't really too important, so if you don't have them all, don't worry. But some good gems to have are Healing Towers for your first agility point, Vitality point, which lets you be a bit more sustainable under towers because it gives you health regen and mana regen. Agility, Auto Health Potion, and then we have Fast Travel so that you can get around the map and get to a team fight quicker. And the most important gem here is Lifesteal. 10% lifesteal just helps you to be a little bit more sustainable, so you don't have to go back to base to heal yourself. You can go into a jungle, fight minions, and you can get some health back that way. Also works really well with Malik's Tribute, so you gain a shield when you ever recover some of your health. Empowered Rounds, I like this card because every 5th basic attack does on 100 extra ability damage. You're going to be attacking really fast, so you're going to see this quite often. And then we have Critical Hits. Basic attacks have a 50% chance to deal 75% bonus damage. Again, another critical hit chance card, so you're doing a bit more damage with your basic attack. And that's my build for Aurora. It works really well for team fights and dueling. It works really well as a pushing deck, and yeah, overall it's just quite good. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Hopefully you found this helpful. This deck can be used for other heroes, so feel free to try it on other heroes as well. But otherwise, this is a very good build for Aurora. Hopefully you liked this video. If so, let me know down in the comments below. If you have suggestions or questions, let me know down in the comments below. And if you ever want to play Paragon with me, please add me to PSN at the Arnold's Play. Thank you for tuning in and take care.